on which Enbridge spent $11 million to approve the permit. Well, yesterday, the state of Minnesota sued the Public Utilities Commission. It wasn't even just the tribes, that's us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the citizens organizations, the state itself sued to overturn this permit. So I know that they're going to get their pipeline because they're in court. And just to give you a little bit of a bigger picture, just the short version, because I know you guys don't get this lecture too much, the tar sands has about 220 gigatons of carbon in it. Just to give you like a little, and I don't really know what a gigaton is. You understand what I'm saying? That's a lot. Y'all with me on that? Gigatons is a lot, right? So, in order to keep our planet from combusting to oblivion, and to keep a little bit of a cap on stuff, you can't combust more than 550 gigatons of carbon. So what if half of it was in the tar sands, right? You'd be trying to stop that stuff from getting out, right? That's what we're doing. We're these frontline water protectors. And so, just to give you a picture of this, 2 years ago there was 5 proposed pipeline projects. 5. I call our project the last tar sands pipeline. Kind of like the last airbender. You know what I'm saying? This is like the last one. I'm going to tell you why. So that first pipeline, that dotted thing, that was called Energy East, owned by TransCanada. That was supposed to go from Alberta. You see all this stuff is stuck in Alberta, this landlocked, dirty oil. Y'all got me on this? Stuck there. That one was canceled, never received approval by the National Energy Board of Canada. That purple one, Enbridge's Northern Gateway, never received approval by the National Energy Board of Canada. Both kicked out of the game, right? Blue one there, that's called Trans Mountain. Now we call it Trudeau West. That was massive opposition. And in August of this year, because of the opposition, the company backed out, but Trudeau, everybody know who Trudeau is? The Prime Minister of Canada bought the pipeline for $4.9 billion to nationalize it. And then the next day, the courts ruled that all permits were null and void on that pipeline because they had not received consent from the First Nations. So that pipeline is in legal hell. Y'all got me on this? Number 4, who heard of the Keystone Pipeline? Come on, you guys, you gotta go to school more, or pay attention. Keystone Pipeline, huge battle. Obama did not issue the cross-border permit for that pipeline. Huge battle, we were all on the ground in that one. Trump came in with his little magic wand of presidential fairy dust. Said, I'm gonna get this pipeline, I'm gonna get whatever I want, I'm gonna get a wall, I'm gonna get, everything you want, right? So he did that, and then they started moving ahead, and then the court in Montana, the federal court said, oh no, you can't just do that, Trump, just because you're president doesn't mean that you get to issue a new permit or overturn a previous president's permit. Just because you're president, you have to give a reason. You don't get to do it because you are dumb, And so the court threw it back. And so that is also stopped in court, leaving, what I say, line 3, last tar sands pipeline. Did y'all hear that? Last tar sands pipeline, that's us. So stick with us, honor the earth, that's who we are. Keep an eye on us. And I just have to say, camping in Minnesota is fabulous. If they issue that last permit, we can't stop it in court next summer, is your summer to come see me. 300 miles of pipeline not built, you can fish, you can camp, you know what I'm saying? Half of it's on public land, we're the public, y'all follow me on this? Yeah. Just come on up north, watch our website, we're gonna party. They're like terrified, because you can imagine, because like how much fun are we? We're like so much more fun than they are. This is what we look like when we're having fun. This is Duluth, right? This is when we all got, I got arrested this summer because they're about to militarize the north. This is a bunch of church people, and I just want to say if you're going to get arrested with a bunch of church people. I was like, didn't even go to jail. They were like, check. But see, I just wanted to show you how proud I was of my arrest. Don't I look happy? It's like, yeah, you just took them 4 hours. They didn't want to arrest me. I was like, yeah. No time like the present, guys. So, this is them defeating Enbridge elsewhere. Oh, there's my Trudeau quote. I said I got a Trudeau quote in here. He's a great leader, great teacher. Be coherent. Be coherent. This whole country is full of people who are not coherent right now. Half of us are sedated on something. You know what I'm saying? Shopping, some kind of drug, some kind of alcohol. Not thinking coherently. We're a pretty privileged bunch in these rooms. You know, you got some time to think. Think coherent. Think about where we are, what we're doing, what you're gonna do to save the world. It's your shot, you know, most people can't do that. That's what it looks like when you're really courageous and you stand up to a bunch of equipment. That's us. That's us. So, this is our plan. I told you to get to the happy part. I tried to like whip through that other part. I refer to this as the Sitting Bull plan. Sitting Bull was one of our great political leaders. And one of the great things he said is, let us put our minds together to see what kind of future we can make for our children. That's us. So, it's also called the Green New Deal. We just call it the Sitting Bull plan. So, just to start with, I'm not going to get too geeky on this with you, but let's just say we don't waste the energy. I don't know how else to put that. People say renewable energy will not meet present demand. My response is, why would you want to meet present demand? What if you wasted 57% of your energy between point of origin and point of consumption? Y'all follow me on that? We're like a super wasteful, inefficient bunch. So why would you want to waste energy? That seems like a dumb thing to try to meet a demand for something that's wasted. So you would get efficient. Like you would learn from countries like Germany. You know, all of Scandinavia. You know what I'm saying? There's like efficient countries. We're not on that list. Then you would put jobs in renewables. Solar has more jobs employed in it than fossil fuels. Y'all know that, right? Future solar. I mean, after all, if you could do an installation and predict the price of fuel into the future, y'all understand what I'm saying? Like zero, like sun's free, why wouldn't you do that? So this is us on our reservation. You already hung out with me. Basically, my community is kind of a little rough community, but we're doing some stuff. So we're building a solar thermal panel manufacturing facility. Well, we built it. That's really long. It's called Fire Solar. And our idea is that the south-facing walls of houses in our village, it's really cold but sunny. And so you put up these things on these solar panels on the south-facing wall, and you can face south-facing wall, and you can save 20% of your heating bill. There you go. Y'all follow me on this? We were buying them for years, and this year we just finished building the facility. Fire Solar, available all across the country, starting in about a month. Cool. You don't need to be on the res to buy one of these things, right? That's what the green economy looks like. Is instead of wasting it, you do it. And that's the guy who built it. I always get to talk about it, but that's Ronnie. He doesn't go on Facebook. He's like the man who does stuff. I'm like the idea girl, but you don't want me torquing bolts. Like that, and everything will fall apart. Renewable energy. Turns out that Indian reservations are the windiest place in the country. Go figure, no idea. What if we all moved that energy? What if we just went wind and solar? Now a really good example of that is down at Navajo. She just did not renew a lease on a coal generator and instead put up 27 megawatts of solar. That's pretty cool. This is the coolest idea I have this month. It's new. No. This is called solutionary rail. I have to get my exact statistics on this. But anyway, so do you guys have a rail line that comes here? How often does it come? Not. Exactly. Did you know that we have like a rail system in this country that would be like an embarrassment to Bulgaria? Y'all know what I'm saying? I mean, like, wouldn't it be cool to just like scoot around on the train like they do in Europe, or just like scoot around on a train, right? Well, it turns out that most of the world does, and that the future is probably in that. Now, what is the efficiency of that? I mean, just a couple of examples. So, for instance, steel on steel versus rubber on the road. You understand what I'm saying? So steel on steel uses 1/5 of the friction of rubber on the road. Less energy. Y'all follow me on this? So like what you want to do is you want to figure out how to be efficient and cool. Clean and elegant. Second thing is that diesel, 30% of the energy in a diesel engine gets to the wheels. You know, in a combustion engine in my vehicle, it's 16% efficient. I don't know if you knew that. Mara Prentice taught me that at Harvard. 16% efficient, a combustion engine. Now what kind of dummies will drive around with combustion engines that are 16% efficient and move everything in the country on this? When in fact, so if you do this, electrified locomotives can provide the same service for 44.7% of the energy use. So why wouldn't you have electric trains? You know what I'm saying? So this is what the plan is, solutionary rail, is you electrify your rail lines, This is like a massive infrastructure project, but it probably costs less than building a wall. So you take this, you electrify your trains, and then you can run your renewable energy along your train route as a conductor. That's this plan that these guys got going. Now, this is what it would look like. And then this is a really cool picture, which is why we would want to do it. So it turns out that like smart countries have electric trains. Did you see how we are not on that list? Y'all see that? So I'm just saying this is like the potential for making things cool is great. We got a lot of stuff we could tighten up, no absence of the potential, right? But I'm like, there you go. Like that's not my gig to do. I'm gonna do it on a little scale on my little reservation, but I was like, wow, yeah, let's just go electric in the trains. That sounds perfect. So someone in here is gonna be busy because you'll figure out how to do that, right? And then you do cool solar. Now this is my friend Melina Lubicon. She lives in the middle of that tar sands. She lives in a little village up there called Little Buffalo, and her village is all surrounded by them dirty tar sands. And you know what? Her clinic didn't even have electricity. They had a diesel generator for their health clinic. Does that sound like third world at all? There you go, that's Canada. Third world Canada, the north. That's what it is. So they had a diesel generator, so she's like a master's thesis at the department at University of Victoria. So I'm on her master's committee. She asked me to be on her master's committee. And her master's project, she didn't write about it. She put up 20 kilowatts of solar. Is that cool or what? Power her health clinic. That's how you do it. You just do it. That's my little motto, just do it. I heard Nike was talking about that too, but that's us. That's me and my 20 kilowatts of solar. I don't look quite as cool, it doesn't, but that's my little village, right? There's a Kayenta solar project, I told you about that, 27 megawatts at Navajo. Close down your coal, put up a bunch of solar. No absence of sun in the southwest, right? Do that one. Then this is me and my village. So then the other thing is I have this theory if you live in an ugly housing project, you can make it pretty, and you'll feel better. So we started painting our houses in my housing project. Got a bunch of murals, 7 of them up, and about to do a bunch more. And then this is the last part of my speech, which is that I'm a hemp farmer. Now probably your great-grandparents were all hemp farmers, right? Now I can't grow anything with THC in it. I'm just gonna be honest, but for 3 years I have had a state of Minnesota hemp permit, and I grow fiber hemp. That's my interest. My interest is, I do grow CBDs. Y'all know what CBDs are? Who's heard of CBDs? Oh, see, you guys are pretty smart. I do grow some CBDs, but we do that kind of for our own use and for our community. But what I'm interested in is the next economy. Did y'all get that? I want to be an architect of the next economy, and I see it's not going to be full of oppression and dirty fuels. It's going to be all cool. So I'm going to grow hemp. So Minnesota used to have 11 hemp mills until the 1940s. We milled all our fiber hemp, and we made rope, and we made canvas, and we made clothing. Check this out, the word canvas comes from cannabis. So prevalent. All them sailing ships that came into the harbor here, that was all cannabis. 3 times the tensile strength of cotton, right? For what I'm wearing here, this is mostly cotton, I was gonna wear my hemp outfit, but I didn't, but whatever, just imagine the hemp outfit. Anyway, so, for a t-shirt and jeans, it's about 5,000 gallons of water if you're doing cotton. And we are in a world that doesn't have extra water to add chemicals to. Hemp, twice as much production per acre. So I'm interested in that. I'm interested in what the next economy looks like, and so this morning I've been working on building a hemp mill. That's what I want to do. So this is what my field looks like. Sons, nephews, partner, friends. Cool, huh? Looks like bamboo or something, right? Like all old school. This is like some of the data on it. Hemp versus trees. It was made illegal because of marijuana, but I think hemp was actually the target. Because hemp is the antidote to a fossil fuels economy. Trudeau used to say that all the time, and I'd be like, oh, right, John. Yeah, right. But he was right. He was totally right. There you go, it's biodegrading. Like, what if you could get rid of plastics? Oh, that's right, cities are already kicking them out, right? Straws, plastic bags. Let's just move on. There's enough garbage out there. So quit making more garbage, quit making messes, and move towards something that's, will work. What it's worth is about everything. This is our rice. Talked about our wild rice, that's my lake. That's called Big Rice Lake. That's rice. That's not weeds, that's all rice. All I gotta do is take care of my lake. That's what a sustainable economy looks like. Say you harvested wild rice on the same lake for 10,000 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got. And that's what I'm gonna protect from fossil fuels and oil companies. Because that's how I'm gonna feed my people. Also, we did it for 10,000 years. No time like the present. Grow some cool corn. We were talking about that earlier today. Turns out that hominy, you guys all eat hominy grits, right? Those varieties of corn, I mean, I'm not sure like how GMO'd out your stuff got, but anyway, the original varieties have twice the protein and half the calories of market corn. Rock the B vitamins if you cook it with ashes, right? My crop, I grow this Bear Island Flint, grows about this tall. You know, my father came to see me when I was at Harvard, and he went to school to the 8th grade. He said, "Winona, you're a smart young woman, but I don't want to hear your philosophy if you can't grow corn." Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? That's what he said to me. So, I grow corn. I grew this crop, it was about this tall, and I thought I'd failed because it wasn't like cool or anything. You know, it wasn't like big and majestic and everything, right? But it didn't need, it just had to put on an ear, right? And then the big winds came through. It's frost resistant and drought resistant. It's like tough corn, which is what you need in climate change, right? Big winds came through, knocked over the Roundup Ready varieties. Mine still stood. So I'm saying this is like, y'all gotta figure out how to grow food for climate change. Yeah. You wanna hang out, gotta grow food. It's gotta be local. You can't ship it around the world with a big carbon footprint on it. You gotta figure out how to support local farmers markets, local farming. You know, they used to have those victory gardens during the war. You know, the year that they had the victory gardens, they produced more food in victory gardens than the entire domestic produce production that was already going, you know, into the economy and overseas. Isn't that interesting? You know, so there's like, the way you change it is you do it. You don't wait for someone to fix it for you. You know, there's not like a miracle solution to climate change. The miracle solution